What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
Based on our favorite 50s comic book characters, Archie Comics' Riverdale is one of the most watched shows on CW. With all the drama, love, and murder, the show has taken the world by storm. And of course, the romance between the characters. We're just loving it. But it's not simple or cheap to successfully pull off a hit show like Riverdale. Riverdale directors adopted a $7.3 million municipal budget in 2017, which shows an increase of 3.4% since the year before, when the total budget was $7.1 million. From Dark Betty to Hedwig and Angry Inch, keep watching so you find out which are the most expensive movie scenes filmed on Riverdale. Number 4. The first appearance of Dark Betty. Let's do a quick recap on the relationship between Jughead, the character portrayed by Cole Sprouse, and Betty, the character portrayed by the beautiful Lili Reinhart. These two started their romance when they began writing for the school paper and researched Jason Blossom's murder. Fans were anxiously waiting for the moment when Betty and Jughead got together. Shortly after, their relationship became one of the most loved topics in Riverdale. There are countless unforgettable moments between Jughead and Betty, but we're sure that you remember episode 14 from season 2, The Hills Have Eyes, the one where we saw what Dark Betty looks like. Fans of the show were mostly excited about this episode because of the dark side of the soft like a marshmallow Betty. However, at the end of the episode, we can see Betty wearing a black wig and some fancy lingerie. Apparently, this show is not saving money when it comes to underwear and clothes in general. Betty's black and pink lace bra is the Victoria's Secret lace and mesh bustier, and it's not cheap. Now, the bra is about $70, and that's not much for a show with a budget of Riverdale. But since this is a scene where lovemaking is involved, it should not shock you that lovemaking scenes are extra paid, and the price depends. Lovemaking scenes get a very high level of negotiation, specifically detailing how much skin is shown, how long, etc. The employees agreement also requires additional payment when a background actor is required to bring a specific wardrobe. Nevertheless, no additional payment is required when the performer is told to bring no clothing whatsoever. In comparison, an actor doing nudity wouldn't be paid more than normal, but a girl doing nudity will surely be paid more. Variety reported in October 2018 that the 4 leads of Riverdale were paid $40,000 per episode. Now, Lili Reinhart got paid plus $100,000 because of this scene. She's not interested in portraying the Dark Betty again. As she said, "I think it kind of became a mockery of itself. It was supposed to be this dark side of her that she wasn't able to express otherwise, and it just became this weird sexual thing that people didn't really understand." Let's not forget Betty's yellow chevron cropped sweater, which costs $695. And of course, there's Veronica's metallic mini dress, which was $440. There are millions of other notable expensive clothes on the show. If we were to put a number on how much the show has paid on outfits, it would be approximately $400,000.
What?
Number 3. Hedwig and the Angry Inch. Riverdale made 3 musical episodes, and you certainly remember the Hedwig and the Angry Inch episode, the one where the show brings out the beauty of John Cameron Mitchell's Hedwig and the Angry Inch. Casey Cott portrayed Kevin Keller in this best light while doing a quality show, and all were inspired to take the stage in their own unique way. Normal episodes, every character has their own storyline. Betty's doing her detective stuff and Jughead is off at Stonewall, and Archie's boxing and Veronica is doing her many businesses and dealing with her family stuff. But this episode always allows for the whole cast to get together and you get to see people just having fun on set constantly, Camila Mendes states. Now, the lead actor in this episode is Casey. As we all know, he's an openly gay student and a close friend to Archie, Betty, and Veronica. When you compare his salary to the salary of the 4 leads of Riverdale, well, it's not even close. But this episode cost the show much more than the other episodes where a musical is involved, since the producers paid a serious amount of money on the wigs, and of course, for the used song. Now, there isn't a piece of information about the right amount of money that they've spent, but we'll try to calculate. When it comes to using a song in a show, the price they pay is variable. Is the song popular? Is the artist popular? How much of the song will be featured? And so on. Let's put it this way. Kevin sings Tear Me Down. The song is quite popular, so it seems they've spent $1,000 per second to play that song. Kevin sings 90 seconds, so there you have it. They've spent approximately $90,000 only for playing that song. This episode divided the public's opinions. Some say it's a good one, while others don't like it. One fan wrote on Twitter, "Wasn't a huge fan of the hashtag Riverdale musical, mainly because I don't think the musical numbers were all that amazing, though could have been much better." What do you guys think?
Between a bridge and a wall.
Number 2. Cheryl underwater scene. The lady in red isn't your typical mean girl. She's definitely something more. When we first met Cheryl, she was the typical villain, cold-hearted and evil. And if you guys haven't seen the good side of Cheryl Blossom, well, now's the time. This girl captivated us with her killing with kindness attitude and showed us that the reason why she looks cold-hearted is because she is just isolated and lonely. Played by Madelaine Petsch, Cheryl portrays a girl with a strong, self-sufficient personality who's not afraid to express her mind and is more involved in seeking revenge rather than romance. You guys remember the episode 13 in season 1, The Sweet Hereafter, when Cheryl tried to commit suicide and nearly died. Tired of everything, she leaves the party early on, and no one even notices her. We still can't get over that, to be honest. However, that scene is filmed underwater, and apparently it cost the show lots of money. Since they use special cameras that are built to work underwater, which you can buy for about $20,000. And they also use other things such as filters, wire work, and other systems. Filming this episode cost the directors about $50,000 just for the underwater scene. If you add the amount of money that is given to Riverdale's cast per episode, it could be altogether $200,000. Can you guys imagine $200,000 for one episode? Wow. This episode has some serious topics, and fans shared their opinions on how the show has to rethink how it represents mental health and suicide. Not about the topic, it is great that the show is using this kind of subject matter, but the treatment of the character is the thing that they may have to rethink. Cheryl is left alone and doesn't receive the same attention as the others. What do you guys think?
Too much weight, and we'll all go under. Cheryl!
Cheryl, please!
Number 1. Fred Andrews' funeral. Another most expensive scene Riverdale has filmed is the one with Fred Andrews' funeral. Throughout his 3 seasons on the show, Perry's Fred Andrews was a figure who often gave wise pieces of advice. Perry died through production on season 3. The show's writers decided to make a heart-wrenching funeral scene in the Luke Perry tribute episode. The premiere of season 4 is starting in summer, and following the beginning of the episode, Archie finds out that his father died. Everyone is heartbroken, and the thing that makes everything more unfortunate is that Fred's body cannot be transported until after the 4th of July. Lili Reinhart told the scene in the script that made her cry the most when she first read it was when the parade for Fred happens in Riverdale. We wanted to be very respectful and honor both Luke and his character Fred Andrews. Aguirre-Sacasa stated in the New York Post. That suggested we should take a more grounded, character-based episode that allowed us to track the emotions. The episode is a meditation on what Fred meant to the town of Riverdale and what Luke meant to the cast and crew, and the audience that grew up watching 90210 and the audience that watches Riverdale. Movies have the ability to yank our emotions, and never is that more than with a funeral scene. Especially this one, since actors from Riverdale show their true emotion on screen. Nobody likes to think about funeral costs, but Riverdale directors have spent about $100,000 for the scene with Andrew's funeral. We don't know about you, but the thing that was painful to hear about was Archie saying, "My dad was there for every high and every low. He's the greatest man I've ever known. It hurts me that I never got to say goodbye, that I won't get to see him again or talk to him. But his spirit and his memory lives on in this town and everyone he's met. Fred Andrews will always be a part of Riverdale."
My dad was there for every high and every low. He's the greatest man that I've ever known.
Well guys, these were the most expensive scenes to film in Riverdale. What is your favorite scene from the popular show? What do you think about Dark Betty? And of course, what is your opinion about the episode with Hedwig and the Angry Inch? Tell us in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys! Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more amazing videos such as this.